Toys have always been gender specific. You know, girls play with dolls and boys play with action figures. And no one ever really questioned it. Now people are starting to think that gender specific toys might not be such a great thing. They might be enforcing really strict and dangerous gender norms. Gender norms are the social expectations of a gender. For example, girls are supposed to be really soft and graceful and pretty, and boys are supposed to be all rough and tough. What I want to know was if these gender specific toys really affected us, and do we carry these gender norms throughout our lives? In order to gather information from my research, I made an online survey that consisted of 12 questions. The questions were mostly to get to know the person, to see how well they fit into their gender stereotype, but also to place them into a certain category, such as male or female, into a certain age range, and to separate fraternity and sorority members from non-sorority and fraternity members. At this part of the survey, I had participants tell what type of toys they played with when they were younger. The last 3 questions were the most important to my research. The dolls versus action figure question was meant to figure out the person's perception of the two toys. The last 2 questions asked about how the participants would decorate their future son or daughter's room. This question helped me to see if participants would pass down any gender norms to their own children. I also interviewed 3 of the participants. To take my survey, I had 14 guys and 13 girls, and that was to keep true to the population here at the University of Tennessee, which is about 49% female and 51% male. The most popular answers for favorite color were red, green, and blue. Red was the most popular color for girls, and blue was the most popular color among guys. These are the results when I asked participants what types of toys they played with when they were children. In response to the dolls versus action figure question, 12 of the participants said that the only difference between dolls and action figures is a targeted audience. 10 participants said that the two were different because of the material that they were made out of or the purpose that they served when they were being played with by children. These are responses to the question about the baby room. Those who conformed were the ones who stuck to the gender stereotypes when describing each room. These were the people who used the stereotypical purple and pinks and light colors for their girls' rooms, or blues and browns and bold colors and superheroes for a boys' room. Those who did not conform described a baby room that did not have to do with the gender of the baby. Those who were in the other category designed a room based on something other than the gender of the baby, like their favorite color, for example. Of the 14 participants who admitted to playing with dolls, which are generally advertised for girls, only 2 of them were males. On the other hand, girls made up about half of those who admitted to playing with toys such as action figures and cars, which are generally advertised for boys. This could be due to the fact that society is more strict on boys when it comes to gender norms. In a study done by Laura Bello and some of her colleagues, they found out that it's okay for girls to play with cars, but it is not okay for boys to play with dolls. In my research, I found 8 girls who played with boy toys such as action figures and toy cars, and these were the girls who were more likely to reject gender stereotypes. For example, 2 of these girls were the ones to say that they didn't see a difference between action figures and dolls. And 4 of the girls said that the only difference between a doll and an action figure is the target audience, not that they were meant just for girls or just for boys. Another participant who played with boy and girls toys said she wanted her girls' room to be light colors like orange and yellow with lots of stuffed animals and flowers. However, the same participant wanted to decorate her son's room with constellations using the color blue, a color that's closely associated with boys. There seemed to be an attempt to go against gender norms, but the expectations were just so deeply engraved into their minds. One male participant said that he would let his wife decorate his daughter's room while he would decorate his son's room. It's still conforming to gender norms because he felt that as a guy, he wouldn't know how to decorate a girl's room. One of my participants said that he decorated both his son and his daughter's room orange and white, just as a reminder for them both to go to college. Most people who were in that other category were there because they just decided they wanted to decorate their son or daughter's room their favorite color. With the research, I found that toys do have lasting effects on people. They help to set us in those gender stereotypes of boys and girls from a very young age. Some of the girls who were exposed to both boy and girls toys at the younger age were able to reject some of these confining stereotypes. For the sake of future generations, we should stop making gender-specific toys. The only time something should be just for men or just for women is when it's biological. Children should be free to play with whatever toys they want to. Not just because toys are fun, but it could inspire a girl to be a great MMA fighter or a boy to be a great ballet dancer. If toys can change a child, imagine what gender-neutral toys could do for the world.